Welcome to Rattling Bones Club. Let's take a look at what it's like to tour in the USA. America! So we left our warehouse in Sheffield at around 2 AM and drove down towards Heathrow Airport, getting there nice and early, leaving plenty of time to help us get our oversized luggage all checked in and to get our carnet stamped. And a carnet is like an official document that shows all the gear that we're travelling with, to say that we're taking it out of one country, bringing it into another country, and bringing the same equipment back into the country that it originated in, to make sure that we don't buy any equipment or sell any equipment over there where we have to pay taxes and different amounts and stuff like that. So once we had that all sorted, we headed through security and went to grab some breakfast. And a little tip, if you go to Heathrow Airport, the Wagamama's there does a breakfast menu. I'm not sure if any other Wagamama's in the world does this. Let me know if you do know a different one. I think it's just Heathrow Airport, and if you're ever there early enough to go check it out, definitely go. I had this awesome Japanese omelette, and of course I had a beer with it because time doesn't really exist in an airport, so it's always beer o'clock, and you cannot be judged for having a beer with your breakfast. So after breakfast we headed over to the gate and boarded our flight, and we were heading to Charlotte in North Carolina. This was the closest direct flight we could get. It was about 2-3 hours drive away from where the first show was, so it made sense to go here and wait to be picked up by a transport. We flew out a couple of days early to make sure we had time to get used to the different time zone, settle in, check over all our gear that we flew with, make sure everything was working, and just relax for a couple of days before the tour started. And we were really lucky that our merch guy Lacey, he had a friend in Charlotte who he toured with before. He plays in the band called Between the Buried and Me. Check those guys out. But yeah, shout out to Paul because he let us ship some stuff to his house a few days before, and he took all these deliveries for us and stored them in his garage, and then he brought them over to us the afternoon when we landed, and we had stuff shipped like some guitars, a new set of cymbals, like a box of tour supply stuff, so like batteries, drumsticks, like tour perishables, and then we also had a box of clothes and shoes that our lovely friends in Vans gave us, so shout out Vans for hooking us up for this tour. But yeah, having Paul's place to send stuff was great because trying to ship stuff to venues is always a nightmare. They'll try and ship it a few days before, no one will be in the venue, it'll get rejected, and then you just end up trying to find out where it's gone and you miss it, and then you move cities. So having somewhere that we could send stuff to start the tour with, that we were sure someone's going to be in, someone can collect it and bring it to us on a certain day. It's really helpful. So yeah, shout out to Paul. And it also turned out that he worked in this awesome coffee shop in Charlotte, so I'll link them down below because it's probably the best coffee that I've ever had, and it's a great breakfast as well. So if you're ever in Charlotte, go check out his place. But yeah, we spent a few days in Charlotte just checking over the gear, checking over all the new gear that we just got, and then waiting for our transport to arrive. So there's kind of 3 different ways you can tour America. You could do it really simple and the cheapest way, which would be to do a passenger van with a trailer for the gear. And this would mean all of you in one van driving in between each show, so 5 to 10 hours between each show, and you'd be staying on friends' floors, or you'd be getting a hotel or a motel or whatever. And this is probably the cheapest way, but it does mean you don't get much rest because you're probably playing the show and then you drive in a little bit over the night, then staying somewhere, waking up really early and driving the rest of the way. Or you could do a tour bus, which is, what a tour bus is. It's a big bus. It has a big nice lounge in there, kitchen area. Usually has about 12 to 14 bunks in there that people can sleep in, and then it'll have another little lounge at the back and a toilet. This way you play your show, and then when you finish the show you get on the bus and you sleep overnight while the driver takes you to the next venue, and you wake up at the venue on the tour bus. But these are really expensive and take a lot of fuel. And then what's kind of in the middle of these two is what's called a bandwagon, is what we normally tour with when we head to the States. It's basically like a mini bus, an American style RV with a big trailer on the back. So when you get on board, there's a little lounge area with a little kitchen, and then it's kind of open plan. There's no doors between dividing, so it goes straight into the bed area. Usually there's 9 bunks, but you can configure it to be 8 bunks or 7 bunks if you like a bit more space, if you had less people. But we had 9 people on board, so we had the 9 bunks in there, and then at the back there's a little toilet and a little shower room, which is pretty cool. But these are a little bit cheaper than buses. But again, you get the advantage of you can finish the show, get on the bandwagon, and then drive overnight and turn up at the venue nice and refreshed, with a good night's sleep, ish. The bandwagons are good, but they don't really have much suspension, and the drives are pretty bumpy, so sometimes, depending on the roads and your driver, you might have a bad night's sleep. But it gives you the place to chill. You have your bed for the tour, you're in there, it's nice. Check out bandwagon. So we spent a couple of days in Charlotte just chilling out, and then the bandwagon came and picked us up one morning when we checked out the hotel. So we all got on board the bandwagon and headed straight towards a Walmart to do basically the start of tour big shop.
Walmart on a Tuesday.
So when you hire a bandwagon, it comes pretty minimum stuff on board, pretty empty. It's up to you to stock it up with everything that you need for the tour. So what we do is normally head to Walmart to do our start of tour big shop and get everything that we need as a group. So stuff like paper plates, cutlery, kitchen towels, cleaning products.
Really good, that's all.
And then we had a bunch of stuff that we keep in storage in the US. So we had stuff like a kettle, we've got a little grill for the side. But yeah, it's a good little shopping trip. You just spend quite a lot on the first day, get the bandwagon all set up. Everyone can then get comfy, and we headed to a campsite for the night to basically chill out, check over the gear that was previously in storage. So we pulled up and checked out for all that stuff, and then got a good night's sleep before the first show the next day. So the next morning we headed in towards the first show, which was in Raleigh, North Carolina. I'm not sure how you pronounce it, but yeah, headed in. This is the first time I managed to get all the gear out and fully set up. We checked to make sure everything was there the night before, but this is us just checking through everything, building it, and make sure everything's there and all working correctly, getting all the guitar cabs out and getting everything plugged in, make sure it all works. So then we were given the go ahead to go inside and get set up on stage. So went inside, got everything mic'd up, got set up, sound checked, everything was sounding great. Get ready for the show later on, mute everything up and let the opening band get on stage. And then some of these venues are quite small, and we were the support band on this tour. We were supporting a band called Wage War. They were the headline band, we were the direct support, but some of the venues had really small backstages, and it didn't really leave much space for us to warm up and get ready for the show. So the bandwagon's good because it gives us that little bit of extra space that we can use as kind of like a dressing room if we need to. So here's the band just warming up on the bandwagon, getting ready for the show, acting silly as normal, but yeah, getting hyped up, and then going into the rock show. But I didn't really film too much after this that makes sense, so it's kind of just like a collection of clips. You kind of see what touring's like, some of the shows, so I'll leave you with these clips and then I'll come back and explain a little bit more after. So we were out in America supporting Wage War, but on some of the days off, or the days where they were playing festivals that we weren't playing, we would do some headline shows. So here we had a headline show in New York City, the Gramercy Theatre. So here we are just loading in, getting ready for our biggest headline show of this tour, of this run.
If I had you now,
Hey, hey, hey!
So I'm currently on tour in the United States with Wash Sleeps and on a day off today, so I thought I'd share a little day off hack while touring the States. So we're traveling around in a bandwagon, which is like a mini bus basically. It's a big RV, it's got 9 bunks in it, it's got a shower and stuff on there, but it's quite hard to park up in a city for a day off. So to beat all the hassle of that and have some amenities with us, we started parking at this place called KOA, so the Camp of America, with a K, like this. So at this point, I was filming, I was trying to do some sort of video for you guys. Then someone came over to collect their laundry, so I kind of just got awkward and left and then didn't really film anything else. But yeah, basically, if you have a day off in America and you're in an RV like this, we found a good place to go for like a chill day off is this place called Camp of America. So basically, if you stay at a Camp of America, you pay for your RV to come in and you get like a good parking spot where you get like a fire pit, a little bench, and you also get power to hook up so you can turn the generator off so you can get like a good night's sleep without the generator running through the night. And these places are pretty chill. Normally you get like decent toilets, decent showers. You can see like there's laundry available, so usually every day off it meant that we could go wash our clothes or we could like wash the bedding from the bus. And yeah, they have some like different things at different ones, so depending on where you go, some of them have like outdoor swimming pools, some of them have like different activities you can do. And yeah, most of them have like some like big communal areas you can sit and chill in, so you don't have to be all cramped onto the bus. You can kind of spread out and still be like an indoor environment. But yeah, just cool little hacks and good way to spend a day off if you don't want to be like struggling to find somewhere in a city. Normally if you're trying to park a massive RV inside like a major city, you end up just parking at like the back of a Walmart car park. So I've got a day off on this campsite in Springfield, just near Hartford, and the guy at the reception gave us these golf carts to use. So just driving around, he's let us in the pavilion at the top so we can go in there and do some work, some emails, and yeah, just having a good day off really. So another thing to note with bandwagons is that when you're driving, make sure that you secure everything on the sides. Like non-slip mats are great, and make sure that everything in the cupboards is in there and not right at the door, so that when you open it, you don't get a glass jar of tomato sauce fall out and smash everywhere as you're driving down the highway, which is what happened here.
let's take a look. Bloody.
Take a look, see.
Oh, James.
Oh, James.
Oh, no.
Oh, James.
Oh, no. Oh,
Take a look, see.
no. No. What's so entertaining?
No!
To life, man. To life, man. Let's get over there. Smash! Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Slack rope on this tree if anyone wants to play on that. Swing chair. Hanging bits. Barns. Table. Bin.
So usually every day when I wake up and go into the venue, I then go back and do a little video walkthrough of how you get from the bus to the backstage room. So this is one of those now, just to see what I mean.
Alright, bus is there. You're gonna come down through this door. Ignore that, go the opposite way. Through here. Biggest fan.
Cheese omelets and sausages for breakfast every morning for the last 30 years.
Stage. Okay, machines. This door here is the code. And then you go up the stairs. And this is us and Gideon up here. So there's a nice big room. Shitter.
And then here's another one of my videos showing how to get backstage, but this is like the last show of the tour, I think, and by this point we've all gone extremely crazy, and you can see here.
Hello! There's a bus. From the bus you go this way. Hello, door. You're gonna go down.
Get here, you bastard!
You're gonna go down here. And then this door, you're gonna press. The door will open. There's Shelby. There's the venue, and the dressing room's down there.
So we ended the tour by all getting tour tattoos. Us, Wage War, and Gideon all got these. Got little cowboy hats.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's a good little way to remember this tour, remember the boys that we toured with. And then the next day we played a headline show on our own in Nashville to end off before we headed back to the UK. Once the show was over, we had to then separate all our gear back to the stuff that was flying back with us and everything else that was going back into storage in the United States. And yeah, that was kind of it. We then flew back the next day to Heathrow and then drove back up to Sheffield. So yeah, that was a little recap of my tour in America. Hope it was semi-interesting for you. If you made it this far, then thank you for watching. Make sure you hit the like button, subscribe and all that jazz. And yeah, see you in the next video.